Welcome to Talking Mixed Ability, the world's first podcast that explores breaking down barriers to mainstream sport through the mixed ability model. We go behind the scenes to speak to founders, organisers, players and families to understand the power of sports in changing the world. I'm Holly Straker-Humphreys, and in this episode I'm joined by Lynne O'Regan, parent and wife of players in the Surrey Chargers. Welcome, Lynne.
Thank you very much for having me.
And I know that you're feeling a real buzz currently because your son has just scored his first try. How does that feel?
Oh, it was amazing. And I was screaming my head off and crying, much to my son's embarrassment. But last night on the bus going back, after all the lively social time we had, I said, it'd be great if you could get a try at this tournament. And he just turned to me and he said, I will. He said, and today he did it. So it's just amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so he's very happy.
So let's go back right to the beginning. So your husband set up the Surrey Chargers,
That's right.
And your son's now a player. So
That's
tell
right.
us about where the journey began.
So about 6 years ago, Mike's story is very similar to Alan's, I think, in that he read an article in the Rugby World Cup magazine and spotted an article by a guy called Mark Goodwin, who's obviously very involved here and runs everything so competently. And it was about mixed ability. And Mike was interested in that and contacted him. And I think he turned around more or less and said, why don't you start a team? And so Mike did. And it was also to give my son the opportunity to play rugby as well. Basically, Mark Goodwin started the Bumbles team, first ever mixed ability team, I believe, in England. And they actually did come and play at Chobham Rugby Club, which is where Surrey Chargers are based. And actually yesterday, a little anecdote, Daniel met an old friend, and there was a picture of Daniel and Leon from the team taken 5 years ago. And yesterday I took a picture of Daniel and Leon again. And Daniel has changed a lot in that time, but we've just basically grown and got more fixtures. And I will say Mike works very hard to ensure that, we have players and opposition to play. But I think we found that in Surrey there was a need for this, and that more parents were coming forward and saying, actually, my son or daughter would like to have a go at this. And so it sort of grew from there, really. But we've actually got 4 sets of fathers and sons playing at this tournament, which is just brilliant. And my husband's 60 now, which he won't thank me for telling you, but he said, I want to play with Dan while I still can, because in 5 years' time I may not be able to. But it's just wonderful and very emotional to see the fathers and sons playing and everyone involved.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think it must be so special for you as a family, as
Very
Daniel
much so.
being the inspiration for
Yes, very much
setting
so.
up the team.
Yeah, because Daniel has a form of autism, Asperger's, which is high functioning autism. So it's, at school he can perform like any other child, but the social side is very difficult. Social interaction is always tough. And there's one of the coaches here who I heard speak promoting the tournament, who talked about social isolation. And I've seen my son go through that, where they don't quite get the joke in the playground. They don't quite understand and consequently become the butt of the joke rather than being part of it.
Take your time. We're all good.
So anyway, the coach on the video made me cry because he said that anyone could be part of this. They could be part of a team, part of this tournament. And that's what it's all about making friends.
Thank you. It's a bit of an emotional moment at the table, but I just wanted to thank you for sharing that such raw emotion, because I know it's not easy, but also this is why we're all here, and this is everything that
Absolutely.
mixed ability is about. It's way beyond the sport, it's about
Definitely.
life. So thank you for
Absolutely.
that, Lynn. And I guess you've talked a little bit about the impact on Daniel's life, but for you as a mum to see him part of something like this,
It's
what does
incredible.
that feel like?
It's incredible. It's very emotional to see Mike and Dan playing together because I know how much it means to both of them. But to see Daniel here, like last night, dancing with complete strangers, exchanging caps and Irish hats and things. But to see him have that confidence and develop in 2 days, to go out there and have the confidence to go off and dance with people that he doesn't know and be completely accepted for what he is, and others too with us and other people from other teams as well. And for me to see that confidence and that development is massive, and I think that's the real point, as you said, of what this is all about. It's not just the rugby; it's the social side is as important as anything. And as Alan said, making friends is the main thing here, and you make friends for life. As I said, with Leon from the Bumbles, it's just incredible. So for me to see Daniel grow and develop and have that confidence to say, I'm all right, I'll see you, I'm going to go off and do this, or, it's just fantastic because 10 years ago, I could only just a dream that was miles away.
And if there was another parent out there listening to this that might think this could be something that my child might benefit from or be interested in, what would you say to them?
Just go and do it. Just go and have a go. No regrets. Just do it because you'll always wonder what if, and just have a go. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But I would challenge you on that. I think it will be for you. Just do it. Try it. Anything. Just get out there, have a go. Go and meet people, and you meet other parents who've got similar worries and concerns and anxiety, and with their children who have worries, concerns, and anxiety. So just go and try. Give
So
it a go.
I guess not just the network for people like Daniel, but also for parents who might face similar
Absolutely.
challenges as well.
Because if your children are socially isolated, so are you. Because they don't get invited to the same parties as other children do. And therefore, you don't get to know parents. And I can honestly say, I know how that feels. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
So get involved, go and do it because then you won't be isolated. You'll be part of something and accepted.
That's amazing. Well, Lynn, I cannot thank you enough for sharing your story with us today. I think it really gives you a lot to think about, but also in the last 8 minutes, we've captured something really special, which I think really describes everything that mixed ability is about. So thank you for joining us.
If I could just say thank you to Martino and Mark Goodwin and Alan, and who I haven't actually met yet, but I know my husband knows him, is the amazing work they do. It's incredible what they've done here. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Lynn.